Hi, YouTube. I noticed a few people or a couple people watched my last video. I'm still on that topic about protecting the children. That is my number one mission on this planet. If I could pick one thing that I would battle against, it would be child predation. Not even for my own kids. It could be way too late to even help them. They're adults now, but the future generations. And for somebody that said something about not being trained psychiatrically, um, I was a counselor and a paraprofessional for my state. So, yeah, some of us actually dove into psychology of the human psyche, so we know what we're talking about in that area to help other people. So, yeah, I just wanted to speak about people that I know that have depression, and it's hard to take care of yourself, let alone your offsprings, when you're in that frame of mind. Um, and if you have been in spiritual combat with people or whatever, maybe not people. If you, not just physical, but physical, if physical ailments can determine how your emotional existence is through the day. Like if you're sick, you may not be on the top of your game. You may not be feeling jovial, and so it's hard to express or hard to keep your cool, like with kids too. Say if your kids are fighting and you're not feeling good, how do you approach that situation with calm, because you might be in some deep, dark, dank pain physically and emotionally. And then how do you overcome that to help the next generation? That's what I'm all about. It's not dragging what I went through and putting it on somebody else because of the immense amount of pain. Let's sit with that for a second. It's really important. This isn't about us. This isn't about what we went through. This isn't about what our ancestors went through. I'm not riding on the back of anybody with my whole life. I don't owe anybody anything, for the record. Somebody mentioned something like that. No, I make my own way and I help others if they're susceptible to it. I'm not riding on the backs of who tried to do what I'm doing and didn't succeed because they backed down with fear or pain or whatever it is. No, I'm making my way on my own, and I owe absolutely nobody nothing ever. And that's the way it's going to remain. So, and people I don't ever want anybody to feel indebted to me for any reason. I don't roll like that. We either can share in life or we can't. Simple as that, you know. And yeah, sometimes it is who does more and why they're doing it. Makes a difference. But, I heard, a lot of people say, well, like our freedom is ancestors that tried to do this, or um healers that were burnt as witches, or um That's not me. They're not doing me. I'm doing me. They're not willing to stand up to the darkness and fight, even physically, like I do. That is not the warrior's back I'm stepping on. I'm not stepping on nobody's back to do what I do, and I never have. That's why I walked away from the Masons. I could have had it made. I could have had my life cush cush and decided a harder road because of my integrity. And I was really glad I did, even as that example for my two sons that and four granddaughters, that if they see what grandma's made out of, maybe they'll follow. Not on my back, but by my example. They aren't going to need my back. They're strong. They can make their own path, you know. So anyway, and maybe I might have ancestors that wanted to do more but didn't. They didn't. I am, you know. Just to make that clear for people. You're the one doing your life. It's not your great grandma. It's you. You know, great grandma might be cheering for you or grandma, but she's not the one that had that strength and that determination of soul for other people. It wasn't my ancestors. It's me. So just for the record, I wanted to clear that up real quick. Um, what I'm all about is trying to get people out of their poor me's and raise your frequency to help the next generation. It's not about our pain and suffering. It's about what we don't want them to go through, not what we've been through, not what grandma was through, or our mothers or fathers. It's what we don't want the children to go through. That's what it's all about. Not us, not them in the past. It's about the future. So, yeah. And by the way, Satan, I don't bow to you, and I'll never hail Satan. You bow to me. Get that fucking straight. Because you know I'm not backing down and I can wipe you out. With one sentence, I can clearly articulate your ending. Don't play. Yeah, you can screw with things in my life, even cause physical harm. I understand that. Do your best. It's only going to be till it's my turn. So, anyway, play your games. I don't fucking care. And any of you bowing to that dark force, shame on you, you fucking cowards. You have to cower to the darkness so you have the job you want, or the boyfriend or girlfriend you want, or the car you want, or that's so sad that you have to beg for your existence. Ugh, disgusting. This is my backbone, not grandma's. This grandma, not my grandma, you know? And I was born this way. I didn't just glow into it or learn into it or no, there's things that looked odd in my life to other people. That was my path I had to take. And it could have been for other people, and you may not even know what you're talking about. Be really careful. My path is not your path, obviously. I think I just had a cat hair on my eye. Anyway, so I had somebody leave a message that writes like my son. I know it, my oldest one. I know it's not him. It could be about the same age group, but twisty, turny, mumbo jumbo, not straightforward, no videos, no face, just gobbledygook. Yeah, kind of sensible, sort of legible with a vacant point. Yeah, if you want to see it, it's on my video that's talking about IQs. Yeah. And I shared that, yes, I was raised by a Mason. He was a 33-degree Grand Master Mason 3 times over with Shriner's rights, Scottish rights, and a Jesuit priest. So, yeah, he knew a little bit, and I had some access to some reading information that others might not have. So, yeah. Um, anyway, talk about psychology. Wow. The only thing I don't do that they do or tried to do is mind control, and it never worked on me. Hey, I was trained when I was little by the best, and then I got better than them at it. Go figure. And you wonder why you can't take me out? Yeah, that's why. And plus, I've been doing this for a really long time. So, and even before I had kids, I had the realization in life that while I had been, I worked at a nursery school, Head Start, Sunday school, and as a student teacher for our state in an elementary school, and then moved up to high school kids as a paraprofessional later in life, and adults as a counselor and medical assistant. And so my point is, no, this isn't new to me. And yes, it has always been about the future of the children on this planet. It's not about you, it's not about me, it's about them. And if you don't realize that, I really don't know what you're doing. If you're not here to be a good influence on the youth and stop whining about your own trials and tribulations. It could be horrific. Don't get me wrong. I have compassion and empathy. I would be the first one to care for you in any situation, dangerous or not. So don't think I lack compassion here. This is not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about no matter what, it's not about us. It's about them. So, and that's where a lot of adults fail big time. They're so busy whining about themselves. They'll come home from work and bitch about this, bitch about that. It's like, you got anything good in your life? What do you fucking do? Did you find a pretty rock today? Was the sky blue? Did your water taste good? I mean, hello. Anything fucking positive? Everybody's like, oh, be positive. And then they act like pieces of shit. Make up your mind. What are you and who are you? Because I'm not backing down. I have perfect intent and will, and I will make my dreams come true, cleaning up this filth on this planet for the kids. So, well, I think I've made my point perfectly clear, and that's probably about enough for today. People that are meant to hear this will hear this, and the other ones, I mean, this world is full of dead greats, you know, so deadbeats. maybe soulless. I've really wondered if some people are actually human beings. I have my doubts, you know. I really do. What do you think? So, and I'm not saying none of you don't try out here. I'm talking to the people that need to step up their game, raise the bar a little higher, or lower it if you're doing limbo. You know? So, okay, everybody, have a really good night or day wherever you're at. Peace and love from Pine City, Minnesota, USA.